Alright, I put a video together about kind of the misconception of thinking that Expedia, Priceline, Hotwire, and Travelocity and all these online travel sites are really cheap, but actually, my use of these sites show that they're not really cheap. They're more expensive than going directly to the hotel or even going to their hotel website. Sometimes you may not even get better deals. Call them, and actually, the human help online by calling their phone numbers of whatever hotel you want to stay at, or even the airlines that you want to book through. Go directly to aircanada.com versus Travelocity or any of these websites because they have marked up the prices, they have added their commissions and so on, and you're not really better off. And when you book online and something goes wrong, um, it's very difficult to get your money back and they never refund you. So, all this misconception of Expedia and Priceline and Travelocity and Hotwire being cheaper, I don't think so. So, uh, I think I find everyone has gone internet wild and for booking hotels and flights and so on. But I think the old method of just phoning the company, you may be better off. You should shop around, look around, compare even between these websites and see where you come up with the best price. Uh, I travel a lot, so I can provide some suggestion, and my experience is that they're really not low when it comes to prices from these companies. One example is when we went to Hawaii this year, I was looking for a good price for Hilton Waikiki Beach, and all these websites were giving me $300 plus on a lot of the hotel rooms, and no breakfast, nothing included. I called the Hilton Hotel customer service line and got about $175 a night with breakfast and afternoon snacks, and they were pretty good. The food was hot breakfast, and the snacks were even like hors d'oeuvres and so on. So in the afternoon, you can get that and keep yourself going till dinner time. And this old method of phoning and talking directly proves to be more economical than trying to use online sites, and even the hotel's online site is not as cheap. Sometimes you get better prices by talking to people, and they offer different options like government rates and discounted CAA membership rates. So keep those in mind when you make a reservation. Call the hotel. It doesn't matter whether it's Hilton or Marriott or whatever hotel you're trying to book into. Call them directly and see what they're offering in prices and compare it to the same booking. Like if you're looking for a king bedroom on a particular date, and for 3 nights or whatever, or 5 nights, check exact reservation online and call them and ask them and see what you get. Some of these companies like Priceline and Hotwire have these weird sort of things that drives me nuts. Pick a star rating and a price, and then if accepted, they'll give you a room somewhere in the city. I don't want to play Russian roulette with hotel booking when I'm going on vacation and end up in a hotel somewhere in the bushes where there's no transportation or no buses or subway or anything around me. So I'd rather know what street my hotel is going to be located on. How close am I to the museums or the destinations that I want to go to, like museums or historical sites or whatever it is. So you want to know where you're going, and with the Russian roulette methods of Priceline and Hotwire, where you pick a star rating and price, and then uh, good luck to where you end up. So sometimes I want to be near a subway or near downtown so that I can go hop on a subway and go somewhere where I want to in London, Paris, or anywhere, place like that. Then end up in no man's land with a hotel location. And hotel bookings, you can better, like I mentioned, better prices by calling directly. Um, you get breakfast added, which you don't get with Priceline. And if you add breakfast, the prices go up by $20. And I can go to Starbucks or Tim Hortons or McDonald's wherever I am and pay anywhere from $4 to $10 for breakfast, then pay $20 a person uh, for breakfast included. And with your CA membership, you can get discounts as well. And I find these internet companies are making a lot of money, and sometimes they're making like $200 on a $300 hotel room than the price you're getting. And even for flights, actually, you can get a better price going directly to Delta or Air Canada or United. They don't charge you any extra fees that you have to pay to a travel agent, or like even Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity, and Hotwire. All these things, companies charge fees, and at the end, the cost is increased for you. So if you go directly to an airline or even a hotel and use some of the old methods of just phoning them up, and you may end up be surprised by getting good prices from them, than be stuck with prices and booking where you can't even ask a question when you're online. And if you want to find out other information that I posted on frequent flyer program aeroplan miles, you can do some searches in YouTube and come up with some of my videos there. Okay, thanks. And hopefully this was a useful set of slides for you to figure out by calling directly the airlines and the hotel. You get better prices. And shop around even online, compare between all the different sites and see what the price differences are, and you'll be surprised to find there's a $100 difference between each site. All right, let me give you my Sri's guide to Hawaii, a trip to paradise, and I'll cover 3 islands on what you can do when you get to Hawaii. So hopefully this information will be very useful for your travel to Hawaii. So what I'm going to talk about are Maui, Oahu, and Big Island. For Canadian travelers, suggestions to book and find the best prices. I'll try to advise you on what you can do with that. You can select your hotels on your own, or book flights separately, or look for packages to get both together. From most destinations, there are direct flights into islands of Oahu and Maui. More frequent flights to Oahu than Maui, but there are a lot of direct flights from Los Angeles to San Francisco or Vancouver. All flights in eastern Canadian cities usually connect through either Vancouver, Los Angeles, San Francisco, or Denver. And it depends on the airline that you're flying, and they usually have their hubs in different cities, so they will stop at those cities to either have a flight change or fuel before they cross the ocean. So when you go to these islands, I would recommend that you get a car on all the islands except Waikiki, where your parking for each day is going to cost you $25 a day. On islands like Maui, it doesn't cost any. And always when you get off the plane at any of these islands, there's a book called This Week in Maui or Oahu or the Big Island. It'll say This Week in fill in with Maui, and you can find weekly coupons on specials on tours on each island, coupons for snorkeling and scuba diving and etc. And when you go to some places like Waikiki beach area, just be careful with the timeshare people. They're bloody annoying there, and trying to offer things that look cheap, but you get tortured with their 90-minute presentation. So if you see signs that says a luau that normally costs $75 for 19, unless you're willing to be tortured, I would step away and go to another location where you're getting a price somewhere close to $70 or whatever for your and still shop around. Don't pay that much if you can get a better price. But if you get roped into one of these presentations, if they tell you it's 90 minutes, trust me, it's going to be more than 3 hours, and they don't take no for an answer. So it'll take a while to get out of there. And if you do have 3 hours to spare and want to reduce your prices on activities or luau's or whatever, then maybe you can negotiate a maximum reduction on these prices, maybe a couple of packages, and sign up for their presentation, but be prepared to say no, or you'll be forking out about 30,000-40,000 for some timeshare. Anyway, you can also, when you travel to Hawaii, it's far away destination. It's about flying time of 10 hours, 9 to 10 hours. So with a break, if you get that break and you want to spend some time in Vancouver or San Francisco, LA, maybe you should do that for a few nights and just kind of take a break going in, and maybe on the way also you can either stop at a different location if you want to arrange it that way, and or same place, and do half the things before you go and finish off when you come back, because it is 10 hours long flights, each 5 hour length from, for example, Toronto, Ottawa to Vancouver will be 5 hours. From Vancouver to Waikiki will be another five, and layover and everything together, it'll be a long day. So flights are very expensive from Ottawa, Toronto area. So most major airlines will charge you $950 if you don't wait for the sale. And if you get a sale, usually they are around $599. If you get a better price, sometimes they have around 500 plus. That's the lowest you'll see for a flight to such a faraway destination. Then I would, if you see anything between 500 and 600, that's a good price to take to fly to Hawaii from Ottawa or Toronto. And remember, I also suggest that you can cross if you're closer to a US destination like Buffalo or Syracuse from Ottawa, or Buffalo from Toronto. Drive over 1.5 hours to Buffalo from Toronto, or 2.5 hours from Ottawa to Syracuse. If you go over and take a flight from there, you may save a lot more money. And we're talking, you'll save anywhere from $300 plus per person. So a family of four, you're looking at about $1,200 of savings. And hotels in these hot spots range from 2-star, really lousy hotels, to 5-star and plus. And an average hotel is close to about a $200-$250 range per night. That's a decent hotel, and then you can go to the high-end hotels. If you get a map of Waikiki, there's a map of Waikiki with all the hotels on the map, and you can get this online by searching Waikiki hotel locations, and that will help you map out where your hotel may be located if you're trying to figure out, am I close to the beach, or am I close to some of the actions or whatever. Get that. And inter-island flights, I would recommend booking it in Hawaii or using something like Hawaiian Airlines. Don't book from here, because if you book from here, it'll be very expensive through one of your travel agencies. So go to Hawaii when you get off, and you're hopefully spending a week there when you get off the plane. If you're doing an inter-island hop over right away, then you may want to go to hawaiianairlines.com and see if they have a better price. But don't let travel agents book it here. They charge you a ridiculous price, but if you go there, you get a better rate. And on Waikiki, on some of the major roads, which are like the rodeo drive these days, there are people walking around handing out travel brochures for local travel agencies, and many of them have good prices for things. But shop around. When you get a price quote, you already know what the inter-island flight you're getting online is. So after you figure that out, just walk around, and if you get a price agent there, go and see what the price is, and maybe you may get a better rate. I mentioned this already. And renting a car, you're going to get charged parking $25 a day in Waikiki, so think twice. Maybe you can use taxi, or they have local transportation that are pretty good, that'll take you anywhere. And they have a lot of even hotel return drop-off. Some of the companies charge you like $10 to take you there, while other companies charge you $30 to $40. So there's the $9 Waikiki Express shuttle service or something that'll take you to the airport. From Canada, you have Fun Sun brochures that are pretty good in giving you all the hotels in all the islands. It lists almost 3 to 4 major islands, and they usually have good prices for hotels. And you can even look around for Air Canada Vacations or WestJet Vacations to see if you find better rates. Sometimes things are cheaper online, but my experience with things online is you can't find good rates online. They are watermarked up, the prices. It's always better to call the hotel directly or the airline directly to get better prices. So rent a car in Maui. So I'm going to start off talking about Maui and what to do there. Definitely have a car if you want to go and enjoy the island and all the beaches around it. Surfing, snorkeling, scuba diving, parasailing, jet skiing, kayaking are all offered by main tourism companies, and everybody's competing for your business. So look around, shop around, and see what you get. And all those activities, if you like doing them, they're great there. And also, it's a must if you go to Hawaii to do a luau. see the Hawaiian dancers and the ancient dances, and there are many options like the beachfront luau's are usually the best. You'll see the magical sunset. If you're in Maui, the Marriott Luau is pretty good. They charge about $75 per person. You get good food and you get a good show. And Old Lahaina Luau is another good one. Royal Lahaina Luau is another good one. Royal Lahaina Luau also $75 to $100 a person, and food is not bad. Then in Maui, definitely everybody likes doing the drive to Hana, which is a scenic drive. You go to see the sacred pools, the hanging cliffs, scenic ocean view drive, and or if you're afraid of all this driving, which is pretty scary, you can take a guided tour. If you're doing your own driving, I would recommend leaving early in the morning at 5 a.m. so that you can do the entire drive to Hana and back. Otherwise, you'll be coming back at pitch dark, which we have done before. So it's not a drive for those people with faint hearts or people who don't like narrow roads and one ways, because you'll find a lot of them and you feel like you're going to drive off the cliff. So be prepared for a rough drive, but it's fun, it's scenic, it's beautiful, so it's worthwhile. Anyway, driving up Haleakala Crater is another one. It's a scenic drive up, and you can bike down. There's a lot of biking down Volcano. Even the drive to Hana, they have bike downs. There's windsurfing. There's zip lining, and lots of nice, beautiful beaches on the drive to Hana. You can see white sand beaches, red sand beaches, black sand beaches. These are either on the drive there, or you can even just drive around the island and look for variety